Yesterday, we officially welcomed astronomical spring, and though the atmosphere isn't quite buying it yet, it does mean it's time for another visit from our friend from the Department of Astronomy and Astrophysics here at Penn State, Dr. Chris Palma. So good to see you again,
Hello.
Chris. I hope you survived winter.
So far, so good.
So I want to start with a topic that we discuss a lot here, but that's only because it's big news and it's fascinating to people. This announcement by NASA late in February of the discovery of the largest batch of Earth-sized planets that fall within sort of the habitable zone of a star. So what is new and unique about this?
Yeah. Well, first off, it's no accident that we talk about this so much, because there are so many dedicated telescopes and missions just to find these planets. So it's no surprise to us that we keep finding them. But you're right. This is the first large system, so 7 planets orbiting a star, 3 of which are inside that zone where water can remain liquid on the surface. So we think this is the best system yet that will allow us to really probe it and search for evidence of life.
And what kind of star is this? I mean, is it like our sun?
No, so that is really the big difference, is that these are what we refer to as red dwarf stars. So it's a lower mass star that's cooler than our sun. And so that allows these planets to be much closer to the star and yet still be the right temperature for liquid water.
Gotcha. I noticed that NASA kept referring to this system that they found as the Trappist system. What does that mean?
Yeah. Astronomers like their acronyms,
we
right?
do too.
Exactly. So it is named after the monastery and the folks who brew beer, but it's an acronym that, if spelled out, is used to give you the name of the telescope that discovered those particular planets.
So, and I noticed that this system is 40 light years away, which is still a long way.
Yes.
But is that close enough to think that we'll be able to learn more?
Yes. So in particular, what we hope to find out is that these planets are close enough, we may be able to get data on their atmospheres. And so, we can speculate that the planet has liquid water on its surface, but if we can't tell whether or not it has an atmosphere that would help preserve that water, it might not be useful to keep studying.
So more to come. Also announced late last month, this company SpaceX, led by Elon Musk, he talks about something called his moonshot mission.
Yes.
Are all the pieces really in place to get back to the moon?
Mostly, right? So you've probably seen, SpaceX and Blue Origin and companies like that have been very successful in launching rockets and launching satellites. What they haven't yet done is launch their heavy rockets that can lift more weight up above the atmosphere. And so that's the one challenge remaining for them. But they claim that they can get it done and can send a capsule around the moon and return it to Earth.
And the plan supposedly is in 2018.
Yeah.
Yeah, with 2 passengers, 2
We'll
paying
see.
astronauts.
Yes.
Yeah. As long as we're talking about the moon, I think it's time to finally talk about an astronomical event that will be occurring exactly 5 months from today, this total solar eclipse. What can you add about that?
Yeah, I want to start with 2 things right now. So thing number 1 is that some people hear that it's not safe to go outside during an eclipse. So I want to dispel that myth. Please go outside during the eclipse. But the safety issue is your eyes.
Yeah.
So do not try to observe the eclipse without some type of protective eyewear. The good news is that there are plenty of companies who want to sell you the right thing, and in fact, most of them have the paper style glasses, which you can find for less than $1. The other point I want to make about the eclipse itself is that you can go to Kentucky or Tennessee or Nebraska, but if you will be in Pennsylvania, you will still see most of the sun eclipsed. So it is worth your time to try to observe it here as well.
Right, so the zone of totality will stretch from the Pacific Northwest well south of Pennsylvania.
Yes.
But I already know a few people who are planning to chase after that eclipse. Now, the other day you pointed me to a website that we've never mentioned here before. It goes by the acronym APOD, and there was a very interesting picture of a moon of Saturn. Tell us a little bit about that website and that picture of that Saturn's moon.
So the website, if you're interested in astronomy, please go check out Astronomy Picture of the Day. They've been doing this for more than 20 years. They've been posting a new astronomy picture, and they do slip in some meteorology ones every once in a while.
I've noticed.
Yeah, but a new picture of an astronomical object every single day. So the one on Pan, this moon, it orbits Saturn within Saturn's ring system. So what's really amazing about this moon is as it orbits inside the rings, it's accumulating ring material, and we're actually watching it grow in real time, which is amazing.
Yeah. So why don't we close? We have a few seconds left. Anything interesting going on astronomically that you think people would be turn their eyes to the sky?
Yeah, I've said it before, but please go observe Jupiter, right? So Jupiter is just rising for the season. So also if you're learning the stars, if you can find the Big Dipper, and we know the handle of the Big Dipper is curved, you can use the follow the arc to Arcturus and speed on to Spica to find 2 bright stars in the sky. And then Jupiter will not be very far. If you hold at arm's length, Jupiter will be about that far away from the bright star Spica.
Follow the arc to Arcturus
and speed on to Spica.
All right. Dr. Chris Palma, always good to see you, Chris. Thanks for stopping by. And we will be back in a moment with a recap of the short-range forecast.